For 11 years now, No Budget Films has been cranking out its signature cheesy monster movies, from the Shrunken Skeleton's first attack on Tim and Shitaro, to Bobbington's mad experiments gone wrong, to the invasion of the giant brain. 2010 was the year it all started, yet if you go to the Videos tab and scroll all the way down, you'll find that everything stops at around 2015 or so. Why is that? See, virtually everything from the first 5 years of my channel's existence was wiped clean and replaced with a slew of new re-edits, which is why you'll often see videos labeled with a release year older than the apparent upload date. The reason for this mass deletion and replacement was twofold. First off, to improve lackluster old work, but secondly and more importantly, to avoid copyright issues. By and large, my old videos were quite saturated with sound effects and music I just grabbed from anywhere, and I was afraid that keeping them around would pose a risk to my channel. But, spoiler alert, I didn't actually delete all those videos. I couldn't bring myself to do it. It would be like erasing history. Each one a window into the past, an echo of the filmmaker I once was. Would I really want all that to just be gone forever? In the end, the permanence of forever scared me far too much, so instead I chose to set them all to private, making them appear to be gone but still preserved for the historical record. And so for years they stayed this way, hidden away in this state of indefinite hibernation. In the meantime, my channel grew and thrived, the replacement re-edits doing their job. I got really careful with copyright, like ridiculously careful. That's why the credits are always so long, because I'm actually going and crediting each sound effect individually, which can be a bit of a headache, but it's a small price to pay to ensure everything's legally covered and safe to monetize. So the thing is, for a while I thought keeping the old videos private would shield them from being tagged for copyright, since they aren't getting any more views. But I was wrong, of course, since YouTube leaves all its moderation to algorithms, so I've still continued getting a handful of copyright notices anyway for the odd music track here and there. And that made me think that these videos probably haven't been any more safe than if I just left them public all these years. Gears began to turn in my mind, and I thought, maybe I should just bring them back one of these days. I put it off though. Still, I somehow thought that keeping them private would be safer to some degree, and I wondered what would really be the point of reinstating them when they live on more or less in their modernized makeovers. I never regretted the re-edits. Thought it was a nice way to breathe new life into these things. But the originals have one thing the new ones never will: nostalgia. These are, after all, how the films originally looked and sounded. Watching the re-edits may be kinda deceptive in a way, since you think you're watching something made in 2010, when it's really through the lens of 2016 editing, which in many cases really transformed the film. The originals hit different. There's no deception here, only the truth of what once was. And amazingly, I've had some viewers commenting about how they miss some of the quirks of the old edits. These things are actually nostalgic to other people besides me, and that's incredible to think about. A couple months ago, I put out a community poll asking how many of you would like to see the old edits return, and I think the results speak for themselves. You guys want these back, and so do I. Maybe I got a little too cautious with copyright. After all, we are only talking about some music and a few sound effects, which, as it turns out, YouTube doesn't really care about that much in the first place. Worst case scenario is a song owner will put ads on the video, and that's about it. So this is the day my old videos return. The archives will be complete once more. I've spent a lot of time preparing for this, painstakingly going through all the original thumbnails and adding the word old into the corners, so this way there's less confusion. I've also put together some playlists to make the stuff easier to find in some cases. Now that the floodgates are opened, please go ahead and scroll around my channel and feast your eyes on all the old garbage. Just the way it was, just the way you remember. Back before HD quality, back when Slappy had the Goosebumps theme, back when the Roboraptor sounded like Mechagodzilla.
That Roboraptor of his even sounds like Mechagodzilla!
Add some comments too. I'm interested to see how many of you are watching. Guess that's it for now. Happy watching. Nate out.